has been a great city, but that has been affected by flood. The value of properties and businesses have not had the best on account of flooding, which has also affected the beauty of the city. But today, efforts to return that back has propelled the OKOWA-led administration to embark on massive draining of Warri through the construction of storm drainage across major streets in the city of Warri and its environs, with a view to return it to its old self of beauty, elegance, and business. On this edition of Smart Delta, come with us as we take you through the enormous resources deployed to achieve this legacy project.
For residents of Warri and its environs, the rainy season is undoubtedly not the best time of the year. This period comes with the problems of perennial flooding. The brunt of the floods is felt at the household and community levels, not sparing business entities, with the resultant loss of lives and property, estimated at several millions of naira. Dr. Chris Chijoke Iyama, lecturer at the College of Education Warri, explains the reason for the flood in Warri. Hear him.
Warri and environs falls within the swamp lands and also the tropical rainforest region. Warri records an average of 2,500 millimeters of rainfall every year. Before now, there weren't functional drainages. There were just minute gutters all around the city. So-called gutters are permanently clogged with silts and debris. Some even use it as their dump sites.
Mindful of this predicament, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa took the bull by the horns and demonstrated a willingness to tackle the issue of perennial flooding and re-establish the vanished grandeur of Warri and its environs, which are a response to the demand brought to the fore during the tour of local government town hall meetings in his first tenure.
The major problem in Warri is those of drainages. It needs an axial drainage.
Taking note of that, the issues concerning the drainage, I'm sure that we will have to look at it holistically. And by God's grace, when we are finished with the design stage, even if we are taking it up in bits, giving the right set of contractors, we are not giving it to small contractors because it's not an empowerment program.
As a grassroots leader, the listening governor immediately swung into action by setting up a committee of experts to study and advise accordingly on measures required to tackle the challenge to bring it under control.
The important thing to do now is to actually clear the water courses of weeds, hyacinths, and trash made up of all sorts of water, plastic bottles and things. Once these are cleared, then we expect that even when you have the rains come in the summer, you shouldn't have the kind of severity of the flooding problem you had.
I want to appeal to debtors, especially those living in Warri and Efron and its environs, to please cooperate with the committee, because what is going to happen is that there's going to be massive drainage work.
These strategic steps by Governor Ifeanyi Okowa to salvage Warri from flood dovetailed in the establishment of WARRI and Environs Special Areas Development Agency, WEDA. This multifaceted interventionist agency had the mandate to bring sustainable ecological and environmental remediation and social infrastructure to the twin cities. They have since risen to effect positive change by channeling floodwater directly to the natural water reservoirs surrounding Warri, UVWIE and its environs.
It has been a welcome development for the people of UVWIE and Warri. If you experience the flooding that follows the rains before now, and with the construction of the massive drainage works ongoing presently, you will agree with me that a whole lot has been done, and must commend His Excellency for that.
Apparently, before now, there was no strong, particularized and institutional base for the development of Warri, UVWIE and its environs. Through this well-structured plan put in place, the Phase 1 and Phase 2 storm drainage projects were awarded to two different contractors, CCECC Nigeria Limited handling UVWIE local government area, and Levant Nigeria Limited in charge of WARRI South, respectively, and they have hit the ground running. The Director General of the WARRI ENVIRONS Special Areas Development Agency, WARRI, Comrade Ovozere Macaulay, gives insight into the workings of the project. Take a listen.
The whole essence is to listen to the first cry of the people, which was how do we drain WARRI and UVWIE, so that when there's rainfall, the people don't get flooded and start moving out of their houses. We have achieved greatly. Under 2 years, we have been able to reduce flood in WARRI by over 40%. When I mean WARRI, that includes the UVWIE area.
The governor's determination and commitment to ensuring that these projects are seen to successful completion has propelled him to regularly embark on inspections of various ongoing storm drainage construction sites around WARRI, UVWIE and environs as he looked forward to its completion in the coming year.
The contract is being actually executed in line with specifications, and we will definitely get the results. So I'm glad with the quality of work, which is important. I'm also glad that the part that they've even done already was already impactful in the last rainy season. And we hope that by this rainy season, there will be a lot of mitigation of the flooding problem in WARRI.
Up OKOWA! Agenda! Up OKOWA! Agenda! Your Excellency, we appreciate you.
Smart Delta media crew took a trip to WARRI to capture the ongoing storm drainage construction sites. We were taken on a guided tour by the Director General, WARRI UVWIE Environs Special Areas Development Agency, WARRI, Comrade Ovozere Macaulay, staffers of the agency and engineers, as we first visited some areas prone to floods in UVWIE local government area where the residents were previously held hostage by flood. Our first port of call was at the Baptist Mission Street of Jefia Avenue. The residents did not hesitate to express their joy as the ongoing drainage project by the OKOWA-led administration has curbed the critical flooding in the vicinity.
We have not had this development so near, but with OKOWA, I can say clearly that we have gotten very close to it because it has affected us. The storm drainage is fantastic. In the past years, when it rains, under 5 minutes, everywhere is flooded. But with what I personally have seen in some areas that I have visited, when it rains, just as the rain stops, you see no flood anywhere anymore.
It has been of a great relief to us because if it rains, this place will be all flooded with water. But since they started this project and with the level they've gone to, we've not been experiencing flood anymore. The governor, he has bring a relief to us.
My business is not too far from here, and whenever the flood comes, it comes on both sides. During rainy season, here is like a swimming pool. I've relocated my business to another direction. When the rain fell, they said the currents of the flood, it was massive and it was just flowing out like that, and we're just so grateful to the government and everybody that really played a major role to ensure that this location is being remembered for good.
Next was PTI Road as construction was in top gear at the time we arrived. Our chat with the CCECC Nigeria Limited project engineer on site, EK Chike, revealed the efforts of the WARRI UVWIE Environs Special Areas Development Agency, WARRI, in the construction of the drains, which has given hope to the businessmen and women along the PTI axis after being harassed by flood for many years.
From my interaction with the agency that is in charge, in as much as they have the work department, they also have the environmental department. You know, they have a team. They move around the whole length of the project to see if there's any people compromising it deliberately. And at times they find those people and eventually remove those debris. So there's measure to protect the drainage.
Prior to now,
Engineer Era Prosper, technical assistant to the Director General of the WARRI UVWIE Environs Development Agency, revealed the strategy the contractors have engaged to control the flood.
The strategy that the constructing company is using, the trouble is reducing drastically because that strategy is to start construction work from the river end, which means that any segment that they have constructed receives relief immediately. So if you go into the community and streets now, the effect is immediate and massive relief.
The socio-economic life of the people on PTI access was at the mercy of the flood as it crippled sales of goods and services. Cordelia Omofo, Ojemore Blessing, Obi Ogochukwu said the massive construction of the drainage by the OKOWA-led administration is the answer to their prayers.
Last year, water entered my phone because everywhere was flooded, no drainage. But now that it's being done, it's a very good thing. I'm happy. So it will be of great positive effect to my business. Governor Ifeanyi OKOWA, I thank you for taking this great work into your hands. It's my prayer that God will bless you.
Before now, whenever it's rained, there's water everywhere. You can't pass the roads because of and all that. But a few times now, this project is on now. When rainfall last, there's no water at all. It's a really bit of help to the road system and all that. People are using it. Passerby, we are happy.
Within Warri Metropolis is one of the best drainage ever. We that is driving on the road, we know that before the end of this project is going to pave way for a great way, because unlike the other one that we have before.
Smart Delta.
Make we keep our road clean, make we keep our gutter free, make water see where they pass. If everybody clean, you go them better.
Madam, you no know say e no good to dey carry dirty put inside gutter. If you dey put dirty inside gutter, you go block waterways. Water no go fit dey flow pass. Na im dey cause flood. The government of Delta State don clear the water drainages and they still dey clear more. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, Governor OKOWA still dey build a stronger Delta through infrastructure transformation, even human capital development. Also, project that would make life conducive for Deltans. Governor OKOWA still dey build storm water drainage. Make we no dey carry our own hand dey put dirty for drainage when e be say government dey do for our own good. No forget say even those dirty e fit cause sickness. Also, e go make our state look very dirty.
Na truth you talk. I no go carry dirty put inside open drainage again.
Make water see where they pass. If everybody clean, you go them better.
Smart Delta.
The tour continued to Commissioner Road and Ambassador Joel Bissina Road. The beauty of these drainages is that most of them are underground. Also, all the surface drains connect to the underground, and manholes are also constructed for the purpose of maintenance of the sewage line. Every movement points are slabbed to ease movement of people to their destinations. With the work currently ongoing on both roads, residents and business owners are enthusiastic that the nightmare of the flood would become a thing of the past.
Let me just congratulate the government first. They have tried for this gutter. Before, the road was very bad. When rainfall, we cannot walk here. But since they put this gutter, the water is moving.
Before now, when this drainage have not been constructed, any rainy season, we cannot even come to the shop. The whole place will be flooded. And even my neighbor packed out because of the water. Me, I was even planning to pack out, but I did not see shop. But since the drainage now, the road is better.
Before now, tricycles don't come over here because of the bad road we've got here. But due to the water drainage that government has done, the gutters are deep. Now that they have put the slabs, it's really helping.
The same testimony resonated at General Stanley Atumu Street, opposite UVWIE Modern Markets, Ugbolokoso.
This work they have come to do in this community, we appreciate it because it will help us a lot. Before government attention came to this road, it was a legged road, a small tiny road. Local government continue to grade it from time to time. That is why it become wide like this. But now they have passed this canal, all the water that is coming from the Uti houses is passing through the canal to the river. I want to say thank you to Governor OKOWA.
The drain projects cut across major flood-prone areas and streets in UVWIE local government area, and it is channeled to the final discharge point at the WARRI River. Next on our radar was Warri South local government area, this time to capture the jobs handled by the Levant Nigeria Limited. Our first stop was 3rd Marine Gate Quarters. Before the OKOWA-led administration, this area was always flooded during the rainy season. But today, with the construction of a connecting surface, underground drainage, the dark days of perennial flooding are gradually fading as economic activities have gained momentum in the area.
This is the main
Basin El Sayed, the site manager of the project, threw more light on the scope of their work on the storm drainage project.
We'll try to find a solution just by desilting the place. If its other drainage is working, we'll desilt it. If it's not working, we'll try to connect to do one road crossing. This is the main discharge point here. We are collecting the water from Hospital School, from Swamp Road, from Baptist Mission Road, all the entire water. It will come through these places to the river.
Isijemine Akbekba, Faith Ibekwe and Mark Deprea are grateful to the state government for the intervention as they recall their experiences due to the devastating flooding which formerly wreaked havoc on homes and businesses.
This road was very bad, especially at that point there. Vehicles don't pass here. So when this project came up, we saw that the water from far distance flows very fast when there's rain. We are very happy that our place has improved.
When the rain fall here, we used to walk on a big sea, and at times it enters people's house. But since people started it, no matter how rain fall, see the road dry. I will say thank you to Governor OKOWA for remembering us.
The work that's going on in this 3rd Marine Gate, in fact, is well done. Already we are seeing the impact about it. It will bring about booming of business. We appreciate what Dr. OKOWA is doing. More grace to his helper.
Same glowing testimonies resonate at the 1st Marine Gate Quarters. Onyinyechi Uzoma, Julius Dodo, and Michael Ede are optimistic there will be greater business opportunities for them, even as they look forward to upsurge in infrastructural development in their domain.
This roadway they do is very good though. Drainage, it will help us. Before, if rain dey fall, water will fall everywhere. But now, as I'm seeing, if rain starts, water they move straight. So I believe that after this work, this place will be fine for we where they do business here.
What I'm seeing now in this environment is pleased me very well, because before now, this area it is always flooded whenever it rains. There's as it yesterday here when it rains heavily, the next 30 minutes everything is dried up. I really commend the governor for this smart project.
Our quest to bring you more cheering stories led the team to Igbudu Model Primary School. So, we sounded out some teachers of the school. They recounted their serious flooding experienced in the school and didn't hold back their appreciation for the state government for the huge intervention.
The work is good. We encourage it, and we want the governor to continue doing this drainage so that we can have a free flow of our water going to the river, at least so that the flood and everything will be in order.
The drainage has helped a lot of area. That is water flowing into people's houses. With this drainage as well, it has saved a lot of people from a lot of houses being flooded.
Meanwhile, the 1.8 kilometers construction of drainage system to address the flood situation at Ugbangwe Oguno flyover axis of the MPA Expressway is ongoing. Smart Delta media crew spoke to the surveyor on site, Johnson Obus, as he was busy supervising the marking and measurement of the location of this section.
This Ogunu, the bridge, the flood there is too much. So that's why the governor called for urgent attention. They said we should come and do a very bigger drain like the type we do in Igbudu Primary School, about 2-meter wideness. And I believe after through with that drain, nothing like water can disturb this area.
The tipper truck drivers and food vendors whose daily earnings could be stalled by the flood at Warri Ogunu Under Bridge Garage has this to say.
We want to thank the state governor for this storm drainage that is going on here in WARRI, Ogunu Bridge. It's very good. It's a welcome development. It's for the growth and the betterness of everybody.
I'm even happy pass. Made a dwarf. Go save us. He helped me. So I still thank the government for the drainage what they want to do. But this with me.
Now for our own good, and the way we sit help us our business, so it not go affect we, I not go affect our customer. And the tip part then and they buy something for our and kind of then make with the come store.
The UVWIE and ENVIRONS Special Areas Development Agency would never have been effective without due attention to the needs of existing roads. This critical infrastructure plays a very important role in the economic growth of any clime. So, the next day, another session of the tour continued with Comrade Ovozere Macaulay, the Director General, as we captured some of the newly completed and ongoing construction of roads embarked upon by the agency. One of such roads is the 355 meters Matthew Igberigbe Close off River Road in UVWIE local government area. Happy Igbe, a shop owner, and Nelson Ogwala relay their agonies before the state government intervened on the road, and today it's a different testimony.
This road, it bad where we before. Even though rainy season, motor now if they pass, place they down to even trek pass no problem. So now, at least the government they try well for them to come put this place. They enjoy this place very well now.
Before now, the road was swampy. It's a waterlogged road. Whenever it's rainy season, it's very difficult for people that have vehicle to convey in. After they have tarred the road, and you know that joy that when you are driving into your street is tarred. You won't really get it everywhere, you know, and for a thing like that to be in a street like this, it's a major development.
Curiosity led us to visit the ongoing construction of the 615 meters access road to Federal Housing Estates, Uboroke. The road was previously flooded, but measures have also been put in place to deflood the estate. Prosper Brate and Ekeno Frank, residents of the estate, say this place will become more serene for the inhabitants.
It's a really good access road, and it brings you outside of the estate, close to points where you can actually access a lot of things like markets. If I want to go to my office, I can go through this place easily. So the project has really been good, it's really been okay so far.
This project will bring about more development because of the easy access the other landlords were finding to come and develop. The road, let me say, is life to us because I thank the state government for what they're doing.
The agency has also rehabilitated Apala Street on Okumagba layout in Okero-Robo Kingdom. During a conversation with His Royal Majesty Emmanuel Okumagba, the Oroswe of Okero-Robo Kingdom, he told the Smart Delta media crew that he is impressed with Governor OKOWA's infrastructural developmental strides.
Governor OKOWA has done a yeoman's job in Okero-Robo Kingdom, near WARRI. He has tarred more roads than any other administration times 3. At my last count, there were about 29 streets that have been tarred.
Other residents in various streets in Okero-Robo Kingdom are also grateful for the roads constructed in the kingdom by the governor.
Before now, people living within this layout in some of the streets, in rainy season like this, you can't just walk past. Our governor has given us over 29 roads in just only this community. You can see that even small petty businesses are coming up. In fact, you cannot mention it.
I bless OKOWA. Long live for a life, for even remember us to repair this road for Kumagba for us. Whether they feed the passer. He go live long, he still can give us better secondary school for here. Say God go bless her for a good work.
Now, with the torrential rains being experienced in WARRI, the massive storm drainages and other physical infrastructures put in place by the OKOWA-led administration has made life become more secure and comfortable. The economy is being boosted, and the glory days of the people of WARRI and its environs is being restored as the stronger Delta agenda is being deepened.
The feedback segment. Question of the day.
My question to the state government is, what measure can you put in place on PTI road to manage the traffic while the storm drainage is ongoing?
For now, we have created diversions, we are creating speed breakers to make sure that people don't run into each other. I think that's the most we can do now. In the next couple of weeks, that job will be over and the of course will be happy. So Yo-Yo, I must say thank you for your question, and I think you are satisfied with our answer. Make some sacrifice, have some patience, and you have the best.
It's important to get informed about what is going on in this state. If you're going to pass suggestions to us as government, your suggestions will be welcome. To know more about the Smart Delta team, follow Smart Delta on their various links.
Text your questions to 08121192133 or send with the hashtag #AXIT to all our social media platforms.
You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where OKOWA they do. You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where OKOWA they do. I see your job and work creation in Delta, make the youth say them higher. OKOWA. I see good roads everywhere in Delta, make the people say them cola. Everywhere, come live in Delta. Say me I say, come in Delta.